Okay, so to multiply a monomial and a polynomial, simply you distribute the monomial to the polynomial, da da da. So let's go ahead and write down this. Let's go ahead and do number 1, and then we'll see what that looks like. So we have x, and let's draw this arrow to this x right here. And where is it? There we go. So there's that x times x. And then we have this x to that 4. All right, so that first one, x times x. Notice on this one right here, we have a 1. There's really an exponent of 1, although it's not written. So we have x times x. So we're going to take that x, bring it down. And then what do we do with those exponents?
X squared.
Right, x squared. We add those together. So it's 1 plus 1. Now we're going to do the second arrow. Now we have that x times 4, which is 4 what?
4.
Yes, 4x. Okay, so notice how when the variable is on the outside, they call it the monomial, meaning 1 is on the outside. To multiply it, all you have to do is add the exponents, right? Okay, let's do the next one, example number 2. It says 5. We can do that 5 times 3. 15. And then we have this m right here, right? So m, what do I do with this 3 and that 2? We add them. So what's 3 plus 2?
5.
Good. Okay, so let's do the next one. Okay, so minus, then we have this 5 times that 1, because that's going to put a 1 right there. Although there's a letter, there's always a 1. So if you just see a letter, you know there's a 1 in front of it, and we also know there's a 1 as the exponent. So let's put in that 1. Yeah, so it'd be 5 m to the power of what?
4.
Yes, 4. Okay, so we did that part. Okay, now let's go ahead and do the next one. So this 5m cubed and that negative 7. So how would we put these together? Right, so 5 times negative 7? Negative 35, and make sure to do the arrows, okay? That will help you know where you're at. Okay, so negative 35 and cubed, yes. There's nothing to multiply it to. So our product rule up here, we're just going to write this down. If I have a squared times b cubed, my answer would be ab to the power, or actually no, we can't do that. That's not, let me erase that. I'm getting ahead. Okay, if I have a squared times b cubed, I did it again. Hold on, guys. That's supposed to be an a. Okay. Right. It's supposed to be a squared times a cubed. What is that going to equal? So we're going to do that 2 plus 3, right? Which equals a to the 5th. So all it's saying is when you're multiplying, you're adding the exponents. Okay? So we're kind of going to remember that as we're going to be working with some exponents down here. Okay, quick practice. So we are going to basically try to get rid of these parentheses and then combine everything together. So remember adding like terms. So let's go ahead, and there's nothing to distribute, right? Let's look right here. Is there anything to distribute here? No, nothing written, but basically it's like a 1, right? So we know 1 times 3x squared is 3x squared. We know 1 times that 4x is 4x. And then with that negative 5.
Do we distribute the negative to the other side?
Yes. Yep. So now you will do the same thing. And yes, you will distribute that negative. But remember, in front of that or behind that negative is a what? What number? Right here.
Wait, what did you say? Oh,
Right there.
1.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all right. Okay, so behind that negative is a 1. So when you're distributing that negative 1 to each term. Let's go ahead and distribute and let me know what you guys get. Okay, what did you get, Trevor?
Negative 5x squared
Minus 2x plus 1. All right, now what's the next step? What do we do now? We have all of these terms. What do we need to do? We have, yes, we have some like terms there, so let's combine those. Let's see what you guys get. Okay, so I'm going to write the answer on here. You think you guys all got it. So it's that negative 3x squared plus 2x minus 4. Okay, now number 2. Go ahead and distribute. Distribute that negative x, or negative 3x. Now notice right here, before you guys do that, let's go ahead and go through and look at these numbers real quick. We have negative 3x. What exponent is on that x?
1.
Right, a 1. So let's put a 1 right there. Okay, then we have that 2x squared. What exponent is on this middle x? There's a 1. So let's put a 1 right there. Okay, now go ahead and combine. So that way when you add those exponents, you add all of them. Okay, did we get it? So negative 3x times 2x squared, what do we get?
Negative 6x minus 3x squared is 6x.
Right, minus 3x squared. And then minus 6x or plus 6x?
Oh, yeah, plus 6x.
Right, because we have those two negatives. Good. All right, so we know how to distribute and we know how to add exponents, so that's good. Okay, let's go ahead and go to this next part right here. multiplying binomials. Remember, binomials, what does bi mean, by the way? It's the root word, huh? It means two. So basically a binomial, you are going to have two parentheses. It's going to look something like this. Two groups, you're multiplying two groups together, right? Or two terms by two terms. So go ahead and look at those examples. So see how we have two terms times two terms? We can see that this is a binomial. And when you have a binomial, you are going to use that method. What's that method called up there?
FOIL.
The FOIL method, which I know you guys have done before. It's where you do the first, outer, inner, and last terms. Okay, so you have to have two sets of parentheses. So could we do the FOIL method up here on number 1 or 2? No, because we have three terms in each parenthesis, right? And they're not being multiplied together. We have that negative in between. But look at number 2. These are being multiplied together, but why can't we do FOIL on this? Right, we have three terms in here. Okay, so, but down here we can use FOIL because we have these two parentheses that each have two terms and then two terms. Okay, so let's go ahead and try it. Example number 1. Remember, we do the first terms. So let's put our x times x. And again, before we do that, let's put an exponent on that x. So we remember it has an exponent of 1. That's probably one of the most common mistakes, is forgetting about those exponents, adding those together. Okay, so x to the power of 1 times x to the power of 1, what do we get? Good, x squared. Now let's do outer. What do we get here? Right, 4x. And let's do, what do we do next? So we did, right, so we did first terms, outer terms. Now we're going to do these inner terms. So 2 times x to the power of 1 is what? Right, plus 2x. And then what terms do we do now? Plus 8. All right, now what do we do? Is this our final answer?
Yeah, you can.
Good. So we have our x squared plus what? And our plus 8. Okay. All right, example 2. Is this a binomial? Right. Although we can see this term right here has a 2x, it's not by itself, but there's still only two terms, right? One term, two terms. One term, two terms. Now let's go through this and put our exponents. So 2x, let's put that exponent of 1 on that x. And then for x minus 5, that x has an exponent of what, Garrick? 1. All right. And what goes in front of that x right there? What do we know is right here in front of this x? There's a 1. So let's put a 1 there so we don't forget there's a 1 right there. Okay, so let's use our FOIL method. FOIL. Okay, so let's see. Trevor, you want to walk us through this one?
2x squared minus 10x.
All right, so 2x squared and minus 10x, good.
Plus 1x.
Plus 1x.
5. And then put the negative 10 and 1 together, so it's 2x squared minus 5.
Right, 2x squared minus 9x minus 5. Very good. Yeah.
Would you take off if we just put x?
Like instead of 2x squared?
No, like for the 1x part, if we just put x, would you count off?
Wait, show me what you mean.
For this part right here, I didn't put 1x like you did, I just put x.
Oh, no. No, that's fine. Yeah. But as long as you got negative 9x though, right? Okay. Okay, now next level. That's just more practice here. So, do we have a binomial here in number 3? Yes, so if we have a binomial, what do we use? What method do we use? Yes, so let's go ahead and FOIL that out. So I'll let you guys do this one on your own.
So, first meeting like 9x squared, correct?
Good, so we have our first terms. Good,
And then it's negative 6x
Good.
squared.
right, so we have outer, so negative 6, would it be x squared or just x? Because look, we have this x right here. Is there an x over here?
Oh no,
No, so how
Yeah,
many
well,
x's do we have?
1.
Just one, so we're gonna leave this, right?
Oh,
Because
then
it's just,
it's not.
right, so we're, okay. And then, so we had first outer, inner,
So it's just 6x.
good. And then last,
Just negative 4.
Good.
Yeah,
okay, and then our final answer is what?
Wait, okay.
Oh, you did the hardest part.
You're adding them, right? Because I don't remember.
Did I, no, I multiplied
You
them.
multiplied.
Yeah.
No, to get your final answer.
Oh, to get my final answer, now I have to combine like terms.
Okay.
So like I have this term and that term that we need to put together. So negative 6 plus 6x.
Oh, so it's just x.
Right, because those cancel each
Yeah.
other out, right? So now we're left with this 9x squared, and then that minus 4.
Yeah.
Okay. It's actually the difference of squares. Okay, number 4, 3x minus 5 squared. So we could do that, 3x minus 5 times 3x minus 5. So let's separate those, right? What everyone wants to do, and a common mistake a lot of students do, is they want to just square it like this, and we can't do that. That is wrong, okay? You have to separate them because you have basically a binomial that's being multiplied by another binomial. So you have to separate those. If you need to, highlight this one because this is usually one that gets everyone. So we have 3x minus 5 times 3x minus 5. And we can use the FOIL method here. Right.
Yeah. So first you do 3x times 3x, which gives you 9x squared.
Okay.
Then you do negative 5. No, you do outer. So 3 times negative 5, but 3x times negative 5, which is negative 15x.
Good.
And then you do the same thing with your inner, which also gives you negative 15x.
Good.
And then negative 5 times negative 5 for your outers, positive 25.
Good. Okay, and what do we do from here?
Combine items.
Good, so we have some like terms here, and our final answer is?
9x squared minus
9x squared minus 30x plus 25. Okay, and then number 5. Now notice, these are, it says 3 on here. We haven't done anything like that yet, right? So, there's a way we can do this to where it will kind of help us out a little bit more. So first, let's separate our parentheses. So we have 2x plus 3 times 2x plus 3 times 2x plus 3. So we're going to separate these. And then we can just do it by group. So let's do these first two terms, or first two binomials together. I just scribbled on that, but basically let's do those two. We're going to forget about the last one for now. We'll get to it afterwards, okay? But we know how to multiply those first two. We know that we can use the FOIL method on it. So basically this is going to be a few steps here. So let's go ahead and FOIL this out, and what do we get?
4x plus 6x plus 6x plus 9.
Okay, so 4x squared, right?
Yeah.
Plus 6x plus 6x plus 9, good. Then we combine our like terms. Good. Good. Okay, so we're done with that one, right? So we're done with those. We now have the answer here. Now let's bring down this parenthesis that's left, that 2x plus 3. Okay, now we have to multiply this. There are a couple ways to do it, but I'm going to show you guys one way that might hopefully help make it a little bit easier. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to use this box. Let's go ahead and use a rectangle. Here we go. Move this here. Okay, and what we're going to do is we have this 2x plus 3. So what I'm going to do is do 2x right here and this 3 down here. So I'm going to make those 2 rows. And then we are going to put that 4x squared plus 12x plus 9 on the top. So this 4x squared plus 12x plus 9. And then give those their own columns. Okay, this is going to help us keep everything in order so that way we're not losing track of what we've already multiplied. So we just have this big trinomial on the top, and we have our binomial right here on the side. All right, so let's go ahead and multiply. So we have this 4x squared times this 2x. So go ahead and do that. Go through, fill in the boxes. So we have 4x squared times that 2x. And remember this 2x, there's a 1 on that x right there. And there's a 1 exponent of 1 on that other x. So that first box, you should have 8x cubed. Because that 2 plus 1 would be 3. Okay, go ahead and try the rest of them. So you have like this 12x times 2x, write your answer. All right, so what did we get? So top row, what did we get for that top row? We get,
24x squared and 18x.
so we get 24x squared, good, and 18x, good. And what about for the second row? What did we get?
12x squared.
Okay,
And then 36x.
Good, 36x and
then 27.
27.
Wow.
All right. Okay, so it's all there. Now, what do you guys think we're going to do next? Right, we have to combine like terms. Some of these we have. So we can just write them all out, right? You can see, or you could just look at it and say, okay, well, I have this 8x cubed. Do I have any other terms like that in our boxes?
No.
Nope. So let's bring that out. There's nothing to combine with. So that one's done. All right, now I have this 24x squared. Are there any other like terms that we can combine with in our boxes? Right, we have that 12x squared. So 24 plus 12, got 36x squared. So we're done with those. All right, now we can look at this 18x. Are there any other like terms?
Yes.
Which one?
36.
Good, so okay, 18 plus 36.
54.
Good, 54. 54x. And last is this 27. So remember, how did we get to this point? Well, we had this exponent of 3 right here, right? Where we started off, we could FOIL 2 of them, 2 binomials, but we had that third one on the end. And that's how we ended up in this situation right here. Okay? All right, let's go ahead and, let's see, is this, yep, let's go to the next page. Okay, number 6. So let's look at number 6. You look at it and see what method should we use. Can we use FOIL on this one? Number 6. No, why not?
Because there's 3 terms.
Right, it has 3 terms. The first one's 2 terms. That would be good, but because there's 3 terms in the next one, we can't. But can we use our box method for it? Yep, we can. So let's go ahead and set up our box. We have x plus 2. I'm going to put my x right here and my 2. I'm going to do my rectangle. And then what do we do with this trinomial, the one with 3 terms? Yep, let's write it on top. 2x squared minus x minus 3. Okay, and then let's go ahead and put them together. By the way, before we forget, put an exponent on that x so we remember what we're working with. And what goes in front of that x? It's just by itself. What do we know is right there in front of that negative x? Well, right, there is a 1 right here. So if it helps, write a negative 1 right there. So you remember there is a 1. Now go ahead and multiply and see what you get. Okay, negative x squared, good.
And then
Negative 3x. All right, who wants to do the bottom row? Okay, go ahead.
4 squared. And then negative 2x.
Okay,
Wow. And then negative 6.
good. Okay, what do we do now?
Combine.
Okay, so I'm going to start with this one. This 2x cubed. Are there any others that we can combine with it?
the cube now.
Nope, so we're just going to put 2x cubed. All right, let's do our squares.
Maybe 3x squared.
Right, 3x squared. All right, because we're just adding and subtracting them. We're not multiplying them. Okay, so we're done there. Okay, let's go ahead and do negative 3x and negative 2x. And then you have negative 6. All right. Okay, number 7. What should we do here? Can we use FOIL on this one? Why not?
Because there's 3 terms.
Right, there's 3 terms. So because there's 3 terms, we can't. But can we use the box method?
Yes.
Yes. Yep, we sure can. Yep, it's just going to be bigger. It's going to be a 3 by 3 instead. All right, so let's go ahead and set this up. We are going to go ahead and let's do this left side. So we have our x squared, our negative 2x. I'm going to put that exponent 1 so we remember it's there, and our 3. Let's go ahead and put our rectangle to our 3 rows now. Okay, and then we can put the other trinomial at the top, our 3x squared plus 2x plus 2. And go ahead and fill it in. Okay.
6x to the cubed.
Good, cubed. Good, negative 4x squared. Negative 4x. Good. Okay, third row. Last person.
6x squared.
Multiply.
Multiply, so
Yeah,
it's just
that's okay.
9x.
9x squared. That's okay. No.
Then it's 5x.
Remember, we're multiplying.
Oh, we are multiplying. So
Yes.
It's just 6x.
Right, 6x.
And then 6.
Right, and 6. Good. Okay, so now what do we do? Good, combine like terms, and go ahead and do that on your own, and then tell me what your final answer is after you combine all of them. Okay, so let's see, 3x to the power of 4. Good.
Minus 4x cubed.
Okay, 3x to the power of 4 minus 4x cubed, so good.
Plus 7x squared.
Well, we have 9 minus 4.
9 minus 4, I think additive.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So we have those 9 minus 4 is 5 plus 2. Good, 7x squared.
Plus 2x.
Okay, because that 7x minus 4x gives us 2x.
Plus 6.
Okay. Plus 2x and then plus 6. Okay. All right. Let me see what part we're skipping. Okay, we're doing this next part, polynomial application. So how do you apply this to other things? So how about with finding the area of a rectangular triangle? So let's go ahead and put the area of a rectangle is going to be your base times height. So base times height. And your area of a triangle is half of your base times your height. So it says find the area of each of the following and write your answer as a polynomial in standard form. So that's what we've been writing everything as. It's been a polynomial, a lot of terms, right? Multiple terms in standard form. So let's go ahead and do number 1. So we have this rectangle and we have the sides here. So what's the area of a rectangle? What's the formula? A equals what?
A equals split.
Yep, or base times height, length
Yeah.
times width. It's the same thing. So actually length times width is probably more what we're used to hearing. But so we have length times width. So that means we are going to go ahead and multiply our length and our width.
Do we do the FOIL for that one?
Yep. So we have our 2x plus 5 and our 2x minus 1. And yes, you can use the FOIL method for this one. Glad you saw that. And what would we get? I'll start it off. 4x squared is the first part. Okay, so we have 4x squared, and then we have our outer and our inner. Good. So we end up with 4x squared. What did you get?
Plus 8x minus 5.
Yep. So plus 8x minus 5. Perfect. Okay, now let's go ahead and use this. Now we can apply what we've been doing to a right triangle. So let's go ahead and get the area of a triangle. We have this triangle. What's our area of a triangle? It's right above. Half of what? Right, base times height. Okay, so let's go ahead and do half of base times height. So we have 1/2 of the base times the height. So our base is what? Which side is our base here? Right, this is our base. So we're going to do this 3x minus 2. And which one is our height? Our 6x is our height. Okay, so do we touch the 1/2 yet, or do we leave that? We do that last.
Yeah, we do that.
Yeah, let's do that last. So we're just going to bring that down. And we can multiply those parentheses. Do we FOIL it?
No.
No, because we only have one term in one, right? So basically we are going to have to do what? Yep, just distribute. So that 6x times 3x would give us what? Right, 18x squared. So 18x squared. And then that 6x times negative 2 would give us negative 12x. And then we have to divide this in half. So we have this half right here. I'm going to have you guys do this. It might make a little more sense if we did it like this. Let's put it all over 2. So what's 18 divided by 2? Right, so 9x squared minus 6x. And that's our answer. Okay, and then number 3. Actually, the shape's right on this side. So number 1 is this rectangle. They're asking, what's the perimeter? Remember, perimeter, you add up all the sides. So we're going to add up this, plus this, plus this, plus that. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. 2x minus 1, 2x plus, go back. We have 7x plus 5 plus, and then I have 3x page. The triangle. What is the area of a triangle? Right, so we're going to, right, 1/2 of base times height. So let's put base times height over 2, right? It's kind of the same thing we just did. So that way it'll help us remember to divide it by half afterwards. All right, so what is our base times height? So what is our base here? Which one is our base? Okay, so we have this 4x plus 1. Is that our base or our hypotenuse? Right, so we have this x minus, let's see, our base here. So really, if we were to turn this around, let's see if it will turn around for us. Oh, okay, so we have this right here. Remember, this is our base and that's our height. And this is our hypotenuse from geometry. So we have our base and our height. And what do we know? What would that, it's isosceles, which means we have two equal sides. So remember, this one is equal to this one. So what do we know that that other side equals? Yeah, they're the same. So we need to do base times height. So which side is our base? All right, so this is our base and this is our height. So now we can do x minus 2 times x minus 2. We're going to divide everything by 2 afterwards, right? So let's go ahead and FOIL that out. And what do we get? Okay, so you can check your answer on the board, see if you got the same thing that I FOILed out. I put it on the right.
Wait, how did you get the 4?
Minus 4x,
Yeah.
because you do x squared, and then you have negative 2x and
yeah.
negative 2x.
Yeah, I was doing
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Oh, you're still
Yeah.
combining them. Okay. All right. So once you have that, go ahead and finish that one. So you have those. We're not done yet. We still have to divide by 2. So that 1 now becomes 1 over 2 x squared. And then we have negative 4 divided by 2, which gives us what?
Negative.
Right, negative 2x. And then that 4 divided by 2 plus 2. And that's your final answer. Okay, so let's go ahead and find the perimeter of each shape above. So for number 1, what is the perimeter of that, let's 5? So we have our 2x minus 1 plus 2x minus 1 plus 2x plus 5 plus 2x plus 5. And again, I just got all of those sides from the previous page, right? And then we do what? What do we combine? Do we have like terms here? Yep, so we have 2x plus 2x plus 2x plus 2x. And what do we get? 8x. So we have 8x, negative 1, 5, and 5.
Plus 7.
Close. Yes, there would be 8. Because 5 plus 5 is 10, minus 1 is 9, minus the other one is 8. So the perimeter for that one would be 8x plus 8. And, oh.
Wow.
Okay, number 2, you're going to find the perimeter of the right triangle, which was on number 2. So go ahead and grab all of those sides and add those up. So 6x plus 6x minus 2. And then we can combine like terms.
That's 16x plus 3.
Huh?
I got 16x plus 3.
All right, let's see. Yep, 16x plus 3. Because we have our 7x plus 6x plus 3x. And then we have our 5 minus 2.
Did you just say 19?
No.
Technically?
What would be, you mean if you were to add them together?
Yeah, you just add them all.
You can't add them all because they're different type of terms.
Oh.
So you have an x on these ones.
Oh.
And these ones don't have an x, so you can't put
Oh,
those
yeah.
together. Yeah, now if they all had an x, then yes. All right, number 3, that's the one right above it.
That one's just 3x.
For the final answer?
Yes.
No, not for the perimeter.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Well, let's try it. Let's see. So we have x minus 2 plus x minus 2 plus 4x plus 1. So we have
no.
4x.
Yeah, you're right. That's negative 2 minus 2, which is negative 4, and that plus 1 is negative 3.
Yes.
Okay, that's right.
So you should have 6x minus 3 for that one. So basically all we're doing is putting together the like terms. Okay, for the next page that says critical thinking, you can go ahead and write skip. We're not doing that. Skip on the next page. There's more shapes and stuff on there. And skip on this page. All right, and then that takes us to 1.2. Okay, I'm not going to do all of these problems with you. This one is a lot like what we've already done. So it's general guidelines for solving equations. We've done this, and you've done it in Algebra 2 before. But solving equations, so number 1, you simplify each side. And then number 2, you combine the x terms. So combine the x terms. So simplify each side and combine your x terms, like terms. And then number 3, combine like terms. Solve by addition, subtraction, or multiplication, division. As necessary. Okay, so plus or minus and multiplication / division. Okay, so let's go ahead and practice that on these ones. So, examples. We have negative 18 equals x minus 10. So, what do? We're still combining like terms, right? But now we have an equal sign to work with, and we have to work around. And we have to get x what? By itself or with the other terms? Yep, we need to get it by itself. Because our ultimate goal is to have x equals and something right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and combine this. Let's get x by itself. So what should we move, the x or the 10? Negative 10. Good, so how do we get this negative 10 over? All right, so we're going to do plus 10 on the right and plus 10 on the left. And we have negative 18 plus 10. Negative 8 equals x, and those cancel out. So, are we done? Yes. Yes. As long as you have x equals and there's just a number after it, then you know you're done. So, even if it's kind of flipped, right? Negative 8 equals x, we know we're done. Okay, let's try letter B. we have a lot of x's going on here. So let's put all the x's together. We need to bring the x out over across that equal sign, right? And then we can put them all together. So what should we do? Should we move our 3x plus 5x? Should we combine those first? What should we do? Okay, so now I have 8x, and I'm going to bring everything else down. Move the 6. How would I move that? Right, minus 6x. So now I have 8 minus 6, 2x, negative 20. Good, divide by 2.
That's my
Is that you? Oh, okay. I was going to say, I don't think it's mine. It's fine. Yeah, you could just leave it in your bag. It's fine.
It'll go off.
Is that your phone? Oh, yeah, go turn it off. Oh, it's getting louder and louder.
Yeah.
Wow, what is it time
I
for?
can't wake up, sorry.
Time to wake up?
No, it's my alarm so I can like actually wake up.
Oh, okay.
We have it at 2:30.
I don't know.
Don't remember when.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so we have x equals negative 10, so now we know we are done. Because negative 20 divided by 2 is negative 10. All right, let's go ahead and do C. Now we're back with parentheses. Okay, how do we do C? Yes.
Distribute.
Yes, distribute.
Wow.
So we have this 5. It's going to go to that 3 plus that a, so what do we end up with?
15 plus 5a.
Right, 15 plus 5a. Good. Now let's distribute this negative. Remember, that's a negative 1 we're distributing, right? So now what do we have?
Negative 8 minus 9.
Very good. Negative 8a minus 9 equals, and then this negative 4a. So our goal is to get all the a's on one side and all the numbers on the other side, right?
Wait, don't we?
Huh?
Like terms on it?
Yeah, you can combine like terms on the side of the equal sign for now. Go ahead. What would that be? Because we can
Negative 3a.
Okay.
Minus 6. No, plus 6.
Right. 3a. Negative 3a plus 6 equals negative 4a. Good. Now we can get our a's on one side and our 6 on the other. So which one should we move? Either one is fine. What do you think, Garrick?
We add 4a.
Okay. Okay, add 4a. All right. So now I have a plus 6 equals 0, basically. Now I need to get that 6 to the other side. So I would subtract it. Now I have a equals negative 6. Okay. Let's go ahead and go to D. Look at D and F. We have fractions. We kind of want to get rid of those fractions. So what we need to do is multiply by what? How can we do that? So letter D, I want to cancel out that 5. So what do I need to multiply this whole thing by to get rid of that 5?
5.
Right, we multiply it by 5. So if we do that, now I am left with that x. I still have this 5 right here, although I crossed it out. Now I have this 5 times 12 is 60. And this 5 times that 2, which is my 10. So what are we left with? X equals what? negative 50. Just kind of nice to get rid of the fraction. Now, can you solve it this way? Well, now what? Maybe you don't see that and you're like, why didn't we just move that 12? Can you just move that 12? Yes, you can. You could just move that as well. Okay, and it will work. So there actually are several ways you can solve these. Okay, letter E. How are we going to do this one? Yep, distribute that 3, and what do we end up with? 15x minus 6. And we have that plus 10 and 6. And then we have to distribute. Remember that sign in front of that negative 2. Okay, so you're distributing that negative 2, not just 2. So we're distributing negative 2. So we have negative 2x, and then what? Not 7.
Plus 7.
Well, it's negative 2 times negative 7.
Wait,
Oh,
positive 4.
Yes, positive 14. Okay, now we can combine our like terms. So what does that look like?
You said combine like terms?
Yeah, on each side of the equal sign.
Negative 6 plus 10.
Yep. So that's plus 4.
And then 6 plus 14, which is 20.
Very good. Okay. And then from there,
Add the 2x to the other side.
that's plus 2x. So I have 17x plus 4 equals 20.
And then you add the 4, or subtract the 4.
Right. Minus the 4. So I have 17x equals what?
16.
Right, 16. And how do I get that x by itself?
Divide by 7.
Right, divide by 17. Good. So I have x equals 16 over 17. All right. And let's see. I think we have time for one more. Let's go and do F, because this one is probably one of the harder ones. Okay, so we have 2 over 5n minus 1 over 12 equals 3 over 5n minus 3 over 4. So we have a lot of fractions here. So let's get rid of those fractions. So we need to find something that we can multiply to get rid of these fractions. What would be good to do that? What do you think?
Don't you find a common multiple, please?
Okay, so we have, here, let me try one really quick. What would be a common multiple that they can all go into? A number they can all go into. So you could do what's 5 times 12?
20.
Well, 20, the only thing is 12 can't go into 20 though.
Oh, wait, I was looking at 5, 4.
So if you can't think of one, you could do what's 12 times 5 is what? 12 times 5.
60?
60. So we can multiply this whole thing by 60. Well, how does that work? Well, that's where you would do this 5 goes into 60 how many times? So I'm going to do it like this, times 60 here on each of these. Times 60, times 60. Okay?
What's going to be on the quiz?
I need to double check, but yeah, you are going to have to know how to do fractions. I know, sorry. Okay, but at least if you know how to do the other stuff, you can miss some stuff on here. So make sure you're good with the other things though. Okay, so 5 goes into 5 one time. 5 goes into 60 how many times? 12, right? So now I have that 2 times 12, which is 24n. Bring down that minus. And again, we are canceling out that 12 and 60, so 12 goes into 12 one time. 12 goes into 60 how many times?
14 times.
12 times what is 60? Here, look on the board. 5. 12 times 5. I'll double check the quiz, make sure we are prepared for this part if it's on there, okay? Okay, what's 1 times 5?
5.
Good, 5. Bring down that equal sign. Okay, 5 goes into 5 one time. 5 goes into 60 how many times? 12. Then we have 3 times 12 is 36, and bring down that n. Minus 4 goes into 4 how many times? 4 goes into 16. I'll help you out. 15. 15 times 3 is 45. Now we can combine all of our like terms together. I will look at your quiz right now. Okay. So go ahead and combine those. Good news, only one fraction on there, and it's a pretty easy one. So, yeah. Okay, so let's combine like terms. What do we get here? Huh? So, good, so we have to do that minus 24n on both sides. And yes, that gives us 12n. And then we're going to do plus 45. So would that give us 50 or 40? Right, that would give us 40. Divide that by 12. So n equals 40 over 12. Can I leave it like that, or do I need to reduce it more?
Reduce it more.
Okay, what can I divide it by? 2.
4.
Yep, we can divide by 4. So 40 divided by 4 is 10. 12 divided by 4 is 3. So our answer is 10 over 3. You will have one problem on the quiz with a fraction. It is not that hard at all. I will review that before the quiz. Okay, so we could skip G. All right, we have more practice back here, but I will tell you, let's see. Your quiz will have something like number 6, okay? Number 4 won't be on it. And you'll have other stuff like the other ones, okay? I think we're going to go ahead and stop right here.
Do we have homework in this class?
Yes, you do. It's a combined 1.1, 1.2 homework. It's combined on one page. And then it does tell you, read the directions on Canvas. It says all the highlighted problems you don't have to do, okay? So the highlighted ones don't do because it's not necessary. Okay. All right, well, you guys are doing good, so a lot of this will be on the quiz. So. But number 6 is the only fraction you'll see on the quiz. How would we get rid of that 3 at the bottom, by the way?
Where, on 6?
Yeah, on number 6.
You multiply it by 3.
Right, you would multiply it by 3. So if we multiplied this by 3, so times 3 times 3, those cancel out, right? And there we go. We got rid of it.
Wait, the top wouldn't be multiplied by 3?
Nope, because we canceled out right here. So they're canceled out to a 1. All right, guys.
It's so